Hello dear students, we are back again. Today we are going to solve some Wizare question in 2020-2021 physics for grade 12. Look at question 42, guys. The question says a disc of mass 0.5 kilogram. The mass of disc is what? 0.5 kilogram. Mass is given 0.5 kilogram. Okay, and radius 0.1 meter. The radius 0.1 meter. Rolls without slipping. What do you mean by without slipping? It means that this ramp or this incline is rough surface. This is not smooth. The object does not slip on an inclined plane. What is the total kinetic energy? What is unknown? Total kinetic energy is unknown of the disc. What is our shape? Our shape is disc here, okay? At the instant, when the instantaneous speed of its center, which is v, is equal to 1 meter per second. And the value of the moment of inertia of the disc is given. Sometimes it is given and sometimes does not given. So for the student, you have to keep in your mind that the moment of inertia for the disc is equal to 1 over 2 mr squared. Now I'm going to solve the question. To find the total kinetic energy, assume that this is the incline, okay, and this is the disc, sorry. This is disc, okay. Rolling from this incline. When the disc is rolling over the rough incline without slipping, what is the type of the movement of this disc when it reaches at the bottom of the incline? We have two different types of motion. Translational motion, which is its position changes continuously, and also we have rotational motion because this surface is rough surface. Okay, in a rough surface, the object rotates, it produces torque, and we have combination of rotational motion and translational motion. So at first, the object, we have only gravitational force. But when the disc is rolling downward, at the bottom of the incline, all the gravitational force is converted to what? The total kinetic energy. When object undergoes both rotational motion and translational motion, we can say this object has both rotational kinetic energy and translational kinetic energy. So the total kinetic energy is equal to what? Kinetic energy translation plus rotational kinetic energy. Look, at first you have to write down the equation of total kinetic energy, which is equal to what? Translational kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy. Bring down this total kinetic energy. And instead of translational kinetic energy, write down 1 over 2 mv squared. The equation of translational kinetic energy is equal to 1 over 2 mv squared. So what about the rotational kinetic energy? Rotational kinetic energy is equal to 1 over 2 I omega squared. So this equation is very important to find the total kinetic energy, okay? And in this case, now we can substitute the values, okay? But before replacing the value, we have to look in the equation, what we have and what we don't have in this equation. Do we have mass? Yes, we have it. Do we have the speed or tangential speed at the center of the ball? Yes, we have velocity, okay? And do we have moment of inertia of the disc? No, we don't have moment of inertia. How can we determine moment of inertia for the disc? Disc is equal to 1 over 2 mr squared, okay? For the disc, moment of inertia is equal to 1 over 2 mr squared. Bring down this I, 1 over 2 times mass of the disc, 0.5. Radius, 0.1. Don't forget the square, guys. I is equal to what? By calculator, 0.1 square times 0.5 times 1 over 2 you will get 2.5 times 10 power negative 3 kilogram meter square. What is this? This is the value of the moment of inertia. And also we need the angular speed to find total kinetic energy. Do we have angular speed? No, but we have V and R. Because of the velocity and the radius of the disc, we can find the angular speed, because angular speed is equal to what? Is equal to V over R. Do we have V? Yes, 1. Do we have R? 0.1. Omega is equal to what? Is equal to 10. What about omega square? Is equal to 10 square, which is equal to 100. Okay? Omega is equal to what? 10 rad per second. Now we have all quantities, just replace into this equation to find the value of total kinetic energy. 1 over 2 times mass 0.5 V 1 square plus what? 1 over 2. Okay, we found omega. 1 over 2 times moment of inertia, 2.5 times 10 power negative 3 times omega we didn't have, but we found it. 1 divided 0.1, 10. 10 square. Okay? 10 square. Now by calculator, you can calculate the total kinetic energy. 1 over 2 times 0.5 times 1 square is equal to 0.25 plus 1 over 2 times 2.5 times 10 power negative 3 times 10 square 100 is equal to 0.125. Total kinetic energy for the disc is equal to what? Is equal to 0.375 joule. So in this way, you can find the total kinetic energy. So this was question 42 in 2020-2021 Wizare exam. Question 43, guys, look at this question. This is related with the chapter 3. What kind of the wave does this graph represent? This is chapter 3, section 3. If you see this figure, sometimes it will be confused for the students, because maybe the student, they will say this is consist crest and trough, so that is why this is a transverse wave. But actually, this is not transverse wave. Why? Because we have pressure here. What we have here? Pressure. If you see pressure or density, this type of wave becomes what? Longitudinal wave. This is longitudinal mechanical wave, because as you know, in the mechanical longitudinal wave, we can represent the mechanical longitudinal mechanical wave as a sine wave. Each compression corresponds for the crest, and the rarefaction is corresponds for the trough. When does this wave becomes transverse wave? If you see displacement here. Okay? If you have displacement here, this type of wave is what? This is transverse wave. But if you see pressure or density, this type of wave becomes what? Longitudinal wave. Look. What is this? This is pressure. Okay? So because we have pressure, this is the maximum pressure, minimum pressure, this is compression, and this is rarefaction, and this type of wave is what? Is a longitudinal wave. B is correct. Question 44, which of the following sound waves travel faster in the air? The medium mentioned in the question. As I explained it for you in the chapter 4, section 1, the speed of sound in a given medium at constant temperature is the same, constant. Okay? Which sound is travel faster? Audible waves? No. Infrasonic, sorry, not no. Audible waves, infrasonic, ultrasonic, all sound wave travel at the same speed in the areas. D is correct. Because audible and infrasonic and ultrasonic, they are the same wave. They are the same wave. All waves, in mechanical waves especially, in a given medium, they travel or they move with the same speed at the same time at the same temperature. Okay? So there is no difference in speed between these three waves. Which type of interference will happen when the two poles meet as shown in this figure? This is chapter 3, section 4, the interference of light, the interference of the wave. This rope wave, we have two waves, both are creased, both are in the same side. The type of the interference here is constructive interference. In constructive interference, the resultant amplitude or the resultant displacement is always bigger than the individual amplitude. So the type of this wave is constructive. Okay? That's all for today. Inshallah, we will solve the other questions for the Wizare exam for the grade 12 students. Thanks for listening.